I'm J.R. Church. Welcome to today's analysis of the news. There's a lot in the news this week with the United Nations meeting in New York City. I listened to the President, Barack Obama, give his speech this morning before the General Assembly. The FBI in New York have been hunting for Al-Qaeda and bomb-making materials. Of course, with all the nations of the world represented in New York this week, no wonder the FBI is out looking for terrorist activity. Of course, we know about those three that have been arrested. We learned that there could be more, and so the FBI is very diligent, and I guess I could say kudos to the FBI. Keep us safe. I appreciate them. Well, the Bible has something to say here that I think is under development at this time, which we have not seen heretofore. We have hoped to see, but today we can finally see it. Ezekiel 38 verse 5 talks about the nations that are confederate with Russia, Gog and Magog, in the upcoming battle. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya, all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters. And most theologians have said Togarmah is Turkey. Well, Turkey has been a Western ally for several years, and it just, it's like the piece of the puzzle doesn't fit. Can't seem to make all of the points come together. Well, we can now say that Turkey stands at Iran's side. That's the headline of the Asia Times. Got this off the internet. It says, Turkish Foreign Minister Ahmed Davutoglu paid an official visit to Iran on September 12th and 13th, during which, that would be last Friday and Saturday and Sunday, during which he met with Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. Davutoglu and his counterpart stressed the importance they attach to bilateral relations as well as regional cooperation. Davutoglu noted that the two countries share deep-rooted historical ties, and their neighborly relations are based on the principle of refraining from interfering in each other's affairs. And then, of course, they go on to discuss their joint efforts against the Kurdish Workers' Party and the Party of Free Life of Kurdistan. In other words, both Turkey and Iran are enemies of the Kurds in northern Iraq. Well, wonder why? Because of the Human Genome Project, it has been proven through genetic codes that the Kurds are some of the long-lost tribes of Israel. How about that? No wonder they are hated by Turkey and Iran. Davutoglu's meeting came in the wake of the announcement by Washington that it will consider holding talks with Tehran. Davutoglu reiterated Turkey's position that the resolution of the nuclear problem should be based on mutual respect. He also conveyed to Jalili Turkey's readiness to host negotiations between Iran and Western countries. And this article says Turkey seeks to deepen its energy partnership with Iran, especially considering its efforts to become a major energy hub. Indeed, one of the biggest obstacles before Nabucco project, which Turkey considers as a strategic priority, is finding suppliers. Iran is the most likely alternative since it possesses the second largest gas reserves in the world. Why is Iran now siding or Turkey now siding with Iran? This article says Iran nuclear talks likely to be held in Turkey. And this article comes from Brussels, says upcoming talks on Iran's nuclear program will likely be held in Turkey. The European chief diplomat Javier Solana said on Tuesday, casting aside conditions that former President George Bush has set for talks with the countries, which he called the axis of evil. The Obama administration is making a play for progress after years of little movement. Britain, France, Russia, China, and Germany will also participate in the upcoming meeting. And Solana said, I think it will very likely be held in Turkey. So, this article right here that talks about the house of Togarmah being in the army of Gog and Magog that comes against Israel in this great battle of Ezekiel's prophecy.